night, everyone, from Clarke TV. We are here with Mr. Robert Clarke, aka Bulla, or Coach. Mr. Clarke, how you do tonight?
Well, I'm doing great, you know.
That's good.
Excited.
Excited.
And exciting.
All right.
To do this recording and do this program pertaining to the development that I've been exhibiting to the people in so far.
Excellent, excellent. All right, everybody. So we will be having Mr. Clarke explain a few of the exercises that we'll be seeing in the video. Right. The first one is, Mr. Clarke, the use of the 8-inch pipe.
Yeah.
What purpose is that? Explain that to the viewers.
The purpose of that is to kind of have a sense of balance.
Mm-hmm.
It's nothing more exceptional than norm.
Okay.
It's for the children or the individual to have a clear understanding of their own sense of balance. That they can, if they are whatever level they are on something, they can, if they're able to elevate, they can understand that if your foot plays in the width of your shoulder, you will be able to have a good balance. So that will help them over a period of time to understand what they are doing when they come on to balancing.
Okay. Because I mean, it's a very peculiar training style that I have never seen before. I mean, I don't know if most coaches locally even employ that.
Well, what eventually I come about with this, I remember I did have a young lady that was in the national team, and they dropped her from the team, saying that she didn't have sufficient balance. And I was explaining to her that football is a dynamic sport. You don't have to have the things that everybody says in order for you to get the result. But I think they use that as an instrument to excuse her from the national team because they really have other people where they don't want to put in. But from then I learned that I have to develop something in order to help her with the mindset of her balance. So that's the reason why I come up with that 8-inch pipe.
Okay,
yeah.
Excellent.
And as I mentioned, if you don't, because you have to use something where the weight of the individual won't skip the pipe.
Okay.
So the 8-inch for these children is very important. You're not going to have somebody where near 200 pounds and put them on one little piece of pipe. It will skid if a little stone and a touch it.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you even take into consideration weight distribution and mass?
Well, because remember weight you are dealing with.
Yeah.
And clear them have an idea. Because if you give somebody that pipe to go on, as they go on it, so them have to lose their balance. That's the first thing. So you have to teach them how to deal with balance.
Alright. So comprehensive.
Yeah, boss.
So the next exercise that we see is they have a stick across their shoulders and their arms are on that stick, and they're required to dribble through the cones with 1 foot, sometimes 2 foot, and sometimes come back in reverse.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that one then now.
Alright. You know, say, using the stick, you can use a thicker piece of circumference sponge. You can use that. Because sometimes the stick can be a challenge to...
For the shoulders, okay.
So you can use that. You have some little cardboard circumference thing where sometimes you see it at Walmart and these, in supermarket and these places. You can get even one of those. But that basically enhances the mindset of the balance, because balancing first have to start from a mindset in order for the individual to understand the importance of doing things by balance. Right? And if they can be able to do things with that mindset of something on their body and they can be able to do it well, it says a lot.
Okay.
You know? So if they're able to dribble, left foot up or right foot up, come down in a reverse format, and they can be able to have the stick on their shoulder.
Yeah.
It's definitely a credit to their ability in terms of good balance.
All right. So, dribbling back way.
Yeah.
I don't come to the corner with the stick same way. What the back way dribbling for?
Alright, one of the main thing about the dribbling in the reverse format,
Yes.
it helps with the peripheral vision, because sometimes a footballer have to learn to use their eye at the widest point. You know, in order for them to can see things before it come clearly in them views.
Oh, so
that is one of the things that it does. And
anticipation and so forth.
and it assists in terms of balancing as well. You know, some people go back where them kind of feel taunted and
them get disoriented easy.
Yeah, so it also helps them to have a sense of be able to be balanced as well.
Okay, excellent.
So definitely that as a format that I definitely use as a warm-up format for everybody that's training for me. You don't have to come and do 10 laps for me.
Yeah.
Because when you're a youngster, the priority of that is not important to me. The importance of the mindset for you to adapt to the technique and the basic principles of the game at this point in time, and the ability to enjoy the game and have some fun.
Alright.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is my little grandson. He have a way of getting his universal language in place. I don't pay my mind. Just listen to what I have to say, make him go and enjoy himself.
Yeah man, in bilingual.
Yeah, go and enjoy the car, Jay.
Alright, Sir Clarke. So in the next exercise we see where she still has the stick on her shoulders.
Yeah.
But instead of dribbling through a series of cones, we see where she's moving side by side, cross and cross as you would say, between two cones with the stick on her shoulder.
Yeah.
So the first one is where she's passing the ball to you with her instep. Talk to us about that one.
In that exercise, it's basically an exercise that to teach the individual how to move lateral. Cross and cross, I should say.
Oh,
Because
lateral movement, yeah. Okay.
most people, they practice and prioritize to run front way or run back way. For you to play football and do well with off the ball movements, you have to go by, you have to have a sense of understanding of your movements lateral. So it can help you not to look into the back of your opponent when your teammate have the ball. They quickly go left or right of that situation so they can support their teammate with the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
In terms of with for her to control and pass, as you can see in the first touches is to introduce all of the touches from her toe towards the last strand of field.
Okay.
So she can I did not go through all of the process at the time, but as time progresses, you'll see everything that she does. But it clearly helped her to have a knowledge of where her shin is. That's the ball not supposed to touch.
Yeah.
Her kneecap, right? You know, some people training somebody in the art of technique, you have to teach them the way in terms of where they learn to use the inside, the broader side, the upper side, the outside of the foot, the thigh, the chest, all these different areas, the forehead and all these things for them to have a clear understanding how they can be able to control the ball in all those areas.
Yeah, alright. So Sir Clarke, so at the end of the video, we see where they are engaged in a little game. What the purpose of having them play a game after the training?
After knowing I have at least a group of them and I can do, so I don't have the support in terms of people to exercise or exhibit the type of training that I want. So what I do, I put them in a game situation and I call on them one by one to teach them these basic techniques. For this week, basic time didn't allow me to do more than one person at the time. So as time progress, and as I get more support, I can be able to do 2 or 3 of them same time. That is one of the main reasons why they definitely have to make them play in a game, and it helps them to be more expressive too.
Okay.
Yeah, and enjoy themselves as well.
So expressive how?
In terms of us playing,
Okay.
because the main aim, if they could have played, they don't want to play all the time.
You say children will be children.
Yeah, so you have to give them that space. They are going to have it very hard on them and themselves if they come and they don't play no football.
Actually, you know, you do all of this training and they might hear fear voice most of the time.
Yeah.
And you might sound a little rough.
Load them and you at the time while they're playing, because you know their safety is the most important thing.
Yeah.
I'm not going to put an emphasis on this, and I'm going to repeat it as well. The safety of the children and the individual that you're coaching is the most important. That is first in theory. Everything else is secondary.
Yeah.
Yes.
First in dairy. Yeah, man. Because we don't want anybody to be injured or come out with no serious harm or anything like that.
Some of these children have a tendency where they tackle very hard.
Yes, yeah,
and some not properly gears and stuff, because majority of my children have to try to provide boots and all these gears to them, and some don't have it. Leave that, Jay. No, Jay, no.
Hi. Hi, Jay.
What is that?
This is the light.
Leave it.
Oh,
Yeah.
what is that?
What is light? So we can bright up grandpa's face.
Come over.
Okay. Alright. Sir Clarke.
Yeah.
Possibly final question.
Yes, sir.
When we see you engaging in the training, right? You might sound a little coarse when you talk to the youths then. You know, where you say, come on, and you know, your voice get encouragement.
In a bit of aggressive form.
Okay, but still loving, because you yourself is considered to be a father figure to many of the youths in the community here. And we see him having grandson. You know, so in spite of how it might sound, you know, people, we're not gonna say I want teddy bear, but it's all about discipline, respect, proper communication, and building self-esteem with the youths.
Alright, clearly with the voice still.
Yeah, talk to me.
Naturally, I'm blessed with this beautiful voice.
Yes, one deep baritone voice. You know,
sometimes it may sound a way that people can put description to it, but for me, that is what I am.
Alright.
So, I don't think any parents or any children should be alarmed, because I am not, my voice, I'm not going to be disrespectful with my voice. And I'm not going to hurt anyone. And these children that I coach and the people that I coach, they can feel my love.
Yeah.
And they learn that that's my voice.
Yeah.
Right? So don't be alarmed. And sometimes it may have a little bit of stutter and all these things. But other than that, I'm going to try one of these days to see if I can talk like this whenever I'm encouraging the children to get along. Come on, get along. Do much better. You can try. Keep it up.
Sir.
Good. Excellent.
See,
Excellent.
Algie, I wonder what you do. Hey. But folks, we can testify that Mr. Clarke does not speak down to anyone. He not disrespect nobody.
Sure.
You know, because as you can see, well, as you see in the video, this is just a fraction of the amount of youth that he actually trains, a fraction of children that, parents actually carry to Mr. Clarke for training. You know, and if in any way, shape or form Mr. Bulla voice, or Mr. Clarke voice, sounded too rough a course for them to handle, them would have come back.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
And most of my people or children that I coach, you can ask the parents. And the children want to come to training. Sometimes when the parents don't come, I'm tell them the next hour, or sometime at 9 o'clock, we have the children and say we don't know what to leave. So
Yeah.
that's how it is.
And with that, folks, again, this is Clarke TV with Mr. Robert Clarke. Remember to like, share, and subscribe.
For real. And thank you very much.
And good night.